In the bustling streets of Atlanta, amid the morning traffic and crowded sidewalks, a black woman stepped gracefully out of her car, dressed in a sharp, professional suit. With a calm demeanor, she checked her phone and began walking toward the governor's office. This was Sophia Reynolds, a high-ranking official dedicated to serving her community. Known for her unwavering commitment to helping others, Sophia carried herself with poise and strength. As she made her way, a police car suddenly screeched to a halt nearby. A young police officer, Karen Blake, stepped out of the car, her movements sharp and purposeful. Karen, new to the force, had already developed a reputation for misusing her authority. Fixing her gaze on Sophia, Karen stormed toward her with visible anger and barked, "Hey, you! What are you doing in this neighborhood? Who do you think you are?" Sophia turned toward her, clearly startled, but maintained her composure. "Good morning, officer," she replied in a calm and polite tone. "I'm heading to the governor's office. There must be some misunderstanding." Karen, ignoring Sophia's calm response, scoffed loudly and said in a mocking tone, "The governor's office? Someone like you doesn't belong there. You're probably here to steal something or cause trouble." Sophia took a deep breath, her voice steady as she tried to reason with the officer. "Officer, this is a misunderstanding. Please allow me to continue on my way." But Karen's face hardened with anger. "You're not fooling anyone. Just look around. You don't belong here." Sophia stood her ground, doing her best to stay composed as she tried to make sense of the situation. But it was clear, this was just the beginning of an encounter that would escalate further. Karen approached Sophia with a determined stride, her face etched with disdain. Her eyes scanned Sophia from head to toe, judgment clear in her expression. Raising her voice, Karen barked, "Show me your license and ID immediately. If you don't, I'll cuff you right here and now. Do you understand?" Sophia took a deep breath, maintaining her composure as she retrieved her wallet. Handing over her ID, she spoke in a steady tone. "Officer, please remain calm. My name is Sophia Reynolds. I work at the governor's office and all the necessary information is on my ID. There seems to be a misunderstanding." Karen barely glanced at the ID before letting out a mocking laugh. Crossing her arms, she sneered, "You expect me to believe that? Someone like you working at the governor's office? That ID must be fake." A small crowd began to gather, drawn by the escalating confrontation. Sophia, though visibly hurt, kept her voice even. "Officer, I'm not asking for much. Just a moment to explain myself. Please check my ID properly." Karen's frustration grew. She pointed a finger at Sophia and shouted, "Don't try to teach me how to do my job. People like you are always cheating the system." Sophia exhaled, her voice steady. "Officer, your accusations are baseless. You don't know me, and I don't understand why you're treating me this way." Ignoring her, Karen pulled out her handcuffs and snapped, "Enough! I gave you a chance and you blew it. You're coming to the station with me." Grabbing Sophia's arm, Karen roughly snapped the handcuffs onto her wrists, the metal digging into her skin. The crowd whispered among themselves as Karen dragged Sophia toward the police car. "Take a good look, everyone. Here's a scammer pretending to be someone important. Can you believe she claims to work for the governor's office?" Sophia, despite the humiliation, looked at Karen and spoke with quiet dignity. "Officer, what you're doing is wrong. Judging people like this doesn't just harm them, it diminishes you." Karen rolled her eyes, shoving Sophia into the back seat. As the door slammed shut, Sophia turned to her and said one last time, "Every person has a story, officer. Judging without understanding only reflects poorly on you." Karen hesitated briefly, but her anger quickly returned. She climbed into the driver's seat, determined to prove her actions right. For now, Sophia could only hope that justice and understanding would prevail. Karen drove Sophia to the police station, her grip on power seemingly unshaken. As soon as they entered, a senior officer, Captain Miller, approached them with a puzzled expression. "Blake, what's going on here? Who is this?" he asked. Karen smirked and answered dismissively, "This woman is carrying a fake ID and claiming she works at the governor's office. Obviously, she's a fraud." Sophia, maintaining her composure, spoke clearly and confidently. "Captain, my name is Sophia Reynolds. I work at the governor's office. Please take a moment to review my ID." Captain Miller took the ID, his face instantly shifting as he recognized the name. His eyes widened in disbelief. "Sophia Reynolds? Oh my, this can't be true," he exclaimed. Fully aware of Sophia's position and reputation, Miller turned to Karen with visible anger. "Blake, Do you even know what you've done? This woman is not only legitimate, she's one of the most respected figures in the state. Karen's face drained of color as she stammered. But she didn't look the part. Miller's voice turned icy, his tone cutting through Karen's feeble excuse. You judged her based on her appearance? You humiliated and arrested someone because of your own biases? This is beyond unacceptable. You've disgraced yourself and this department. Karen stood frozen, unable to form a coherent response. Her mind raced as the weight of her actions began to sink in. Before she could speak, Sophia, still calm and composed, broke the silence. Officer Blake, Sophia began, her voice firm but empathetic. I'm trying to understand your actions, but these behaviors, your prejudice, your abuse of power, they harm more than just the people you target. They erode the trust and respect that communities place in law enforcement. If this is how you continue to use your authority, the damage you cause will only grow. Karen's lips trembled as tears welled up in her eyes. I thought I was just doing my job, but I didn't realize, she trailed off, her voice cracking. Sophia gave a faint smile, her eyes kind but resolute. You didn't realize because you didn't take the time to see. People are more than their appearance, Officer Blake. Everyone has a story. I hope this experience helps you learn and grow, not just as an officer, but as a person. Captain Miller, his face stern, turned to Karen. Officer Blake, he said, his voice filled with authority, your actions today are inexcusable. You are hereby placed on administrative leave, effective immediately. There will be a thorough investigation into your conduct. Karen's head hung low as she whispered, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. Sophia glanced at Karen one last time. I hope you find the humility to reflect on your actions and the strength to change. We all have the capacity to do better. After being released, Sophia returned to the governor's office, carrying herself with the same grace and determination as always. However, news of the incident spread quickly, sparking outrage and discussion across the city. At a press conference held shortly after, Sophia addressed the public. Standing tall and poised, she spoke with conviction. Today, I was reminded of how deeply prejudice wounds not only individuals, but entire communities. No one should ever be judged by the color of their skin or the way they look. We are all human beings, deserving of respect and dignity. It's time to replace judgment with understanding. Her words resonated with millions, becoming a rallying cry for equality and compassion. Sophia's actions and grace under pressure inspired countless individuals to reevaluate their own biases and strive for change. And Karen Blake? She faced the consequences of her actions, her career now overshadowed by this grave mistake. But perhaps, in time, this experience would serve as a turning point, a chance for her to confront her prejudices and grow into a better person. This story became a powerful testament to the strength of integrity, the need for accountability, and the importance of empathy in the face of injustice. If this story moved you, don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Together, let's make the world a kinder place.